Oh, yeah.
Class is in
Hello.
session.
Class is in session.
Welcome to POPSTAR School. For your first lesson today, we'll be covering the queer arc, the queer hero's journey, if you will.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Good.
Who are you? Who am I? And who are we?
Yeah. Hornirza. Hornirza.
That was an attempt to get you to intro yourself.
I am Ray, one of your professors. I am a professor that specializes in transmasc, faggotry, witchcraft. I studied deeply studied these occult practices in the metropolitan area of DC, a highly suburban, dark place.
Hi, I'm Gray. I come to you from the Bay Area. I specialize in unhealthy habits, an obsessive personality, and lesbian pop culture, anything and everything, since circa 2014.
I would say Gray is an expert in all of these things. I've learned so much from them, about all of them. Part of my queer arc.
The two of us make up the queer pop meets queer core maximalist boy band duo TWINFLAME.
TWINFLAME.
There's a lot to talk about on our freshman year arc, so I say we start from the top. So ultimately,
Flashbacks.
it's summer of 2019.
It's not even summer. It's not even
before?
summer. So it's
before we even
March. So it's
graduated.
March. We get in. Fuck. God. All right, I'm gonna go pick that up. March.
Yeah,
So it's March.
Yeah, we have both just gotten into NYU. For me, by a fucking miracle.
I mean, I didn't believe it.
I didn't believe it either. I decided, I'm like, I need a fucking Instagram post. Like, I need to flex this hard. My mom gets me some purple balloons. I'm in my NYU hoodie.
That was
got
a
my
thing.
ponytail and glasses. And I
Yeah.
posted it, and I was like, ultimately Tisch, Clive. And immediately, somebody reaches out to me to join, like, ultimately a Snapchat group for our entire grade. So as one does, I'm lurking through, and I see this name Ray with a Bitmoji with long hair.
I just can't believe it was my Bitmoji that got you. Yeah.
But I ultimately stalk his Instagram. I go all the way to the back. He posted, one of his earlier posts was about loving Lemonade Mouth, and I was like, I need him. I need him in my life. So I shamelessly slid into your Snap DMs saying, hey, I know this is crazy, but I stalked your whole Instagram and you're hilarious and I think we should be friends. And yeah, how'd you receive me?
How did I receive you? It's funny because I did a summer program with this program before, which I was very lucky to do, very excited about. And I say the lucky thing again because it was such an amazing experience for me. And it was a dark month. It was a dark month. It was a mix between, being 17 and I was just I was completely removed from my body anyways. So it was who's to say if it were the people, if it was some of the people, if it was the vibe, if it was me, if it was abuser. Yeah, I ultimately was really excited to have Gray reach out to me because it was a sign that I had made the right decision. Because I didn't think I was going to get into NYU to the point where I'm at my little music and arts job. I'm with the college applications that I was like, I'm not getting in, I would just open them. Like, I wouldn't wait. I would just be like, whatever. And so NYU was one of them. Like, whatever. Just rip the fucking Band-Aid off. And I got in. And I didn't believe it for a very long time. But I had already told everyone I was going to, drumroll, U Miami.
Woo, 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 woo.
No hate to U Miami. Just, I'm trans. So when you reached out, it was just like relief. It was so much vicious relief. I also was like, damn, I can't believe, like, I just thought you were so cool. That you were so cool. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
Is the keyword there. Thought.
Past tense, yeah.
I got his number, and we'll insert the text here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, ultimately, very giddy, very flirty. It's perfect because it really was the beginning of ultimately what started a summer online. Picture what it would be like to date somebody online for a summer, and that's what Ray and I were
So
ultimately
true.
pretty much doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have this like huge buildup of like a whole summer texting. Like I feel like we were texting like every day.
We were texting all the
Like
time.
low-key, we were texting all the time. You started telling me about like your drama. We started telling each other about like, you know,
Oh, and there was so much drama that summer. Wait a minute. Hold on, because I'm now thinking about what went down that summer. That was a really formative summer.
Yeah, mine as well.
That was the summer I cheated. Yeah, I know.
It was a whole different world.
Whole different world. Mask for Mask wasn't in. Polycule, nowhere to be found.
Being a dyke wasn't it? Let's make this very fucking clear.
Right.
The trendy nature of being a dyke and how commodified and objectified we are now. We fought for that objectification. That was not
That's
how
so
it always
true.
was.
Context, Clive is the name of our POPSTAR school.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. No.
It's ultimately your grade is 50 people, and it's all like the most talented, amazing future of the industry.
Cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
And cutting. Emphasis on cut.
We meet freshman year. We have a falling out.
We have a falling out.
Really
We have a falling out. So here's the thing. We have a falling out, but before...
It took us a few years to talk about the fact that we had a fallout.
It did.
Too.
We kind of ignored it for a second. Before we get to the falling out, here, there's a picture. Just a little more context about POPSTAR School for y'all. So I sent this picture to this Snapchat group chat that we talked about. And I'm like, oh, like, bad accident. But so I watch slowly as everybody opens it. Slowly, everybody opens the picture. And nothing. Radio silence. Like, to the point where I texted Gray this. Like, maybe, like, days later. Could have been, like, up to a week or two. Just to, like, finally make myself feel better, because it had been haunting me. I'm like, did you see that I sent this? And, like, nobody said anything. Like, foreboding moment for the crisis of a year that was to come. God, I'm thankful for every second of it. But I mean,
good fucking God, it was rocky. It was real
that
rocky.
dorm room, that breakdown arena.
I would just be making mojitos. We would just black out because we were drowning from anxiety.
Drown.
Rip the streets.
See, I would kind of go between blacking out and also at the time, because I was dissociated from my body completely from age puberty to 21. I had this incredible ability to kind of black out at will.
Yeah.
Kind of the external trigger was my roommate at the time, my freshman year roommate, being like, I'm gonna go sleep elsewhere, parents' office, or I don't know, some bullshit. And I was like, great. And I like start like kind of shaking because I'm like, I know it's gonna happen tonight. Next thing you know, I blink and I'm completely naked and I'm wearing my prom blazer. So I'm not completely naked, but it's just the prom blazer, bush out. I have like no shades. I did this a lot with no shades on the window so you can see the Empire State Building. Everyone can see bush out, boobs just spilling out. And I'm like writing on the mirror, like, who are you? Like, walking around, pacing around. I mean, this would happen. So that was like
This was every Friday. This was
frequent.
not one time.
So yeah, it was good. Maybe I wasn't an alcoholic.
That's where we differ.
Yeah,
And
right. But like we all had our own versions of it.
Yeah. So ultimately, we're best friends. We always knew we were going to be best friends. We were soul tied. We knew that. Sophomore year was when we wrote our first song together, which is, again, a whole saga in itself. And so ultimately, we've been a duo. And like in Clive, we started doing assignments together. Like even the professors, like we were treated as one person because we were like, we committed sophomore year. We looked at each other and we're like, ultimately, we're going to do this. So anyway, we've been an active band since sophomore year of college. Best friends since before freshman year. Why have we never done anything as Twin Flame, really? Why are we here? The debut is coming. Speak on it.
Ooh, good intro. Yeah,
Thank you.
We really did just decide to be conjoined twins. It wasn't like the professors really had a choice. Like it was like we're like, oh, we're doing that together. Anyway. Why are we doing this? Well, here's the thing. We've been a little paralyzed. We're both. I mean, but I'll speak for myself. I am a musician first and foremost, and so are you. And I just love making art, and I love being a personality, and I love to talk like this. But I think we were struggling because the industry has taken a certain step towards like dopamine boost or like dopamine hit style influencer stuff. Mm-hmm. Like if you're a musician, that is what you have to be outputting. And we really tried. We tried every strategy that might work for us for that. But it's just like not the people we are. I mean, even when we were designing this project, such a big part of it has always been we want to be talkers. We want to make queerness not just digestible, but like a little more human in a way. And anybody who is queer is like, duh. But I think, Twin Flame is for everybody.
Like we self-describe ourselves as like a queer maximalist boy band ultimately, because that's who we are. We're so inspired by like very high production, a lot of time, stories, Easter eggs.
World
building. So, we had this conversation the other day because we've been really stuck and
very emotional,
and ultimately realized that like we're ignoring perhaps the most important part of this project, which is like our friendship over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to wrap lesson 1 of POPSTAR School.
I agree. Content like this really saved us growing up when we were in the closet and needed a friend and an escape.
You can come out of the closet for like a few minutes. Parents are asleep. Come join the polycule. Yeah.
Join it, baby.